Hey guys, this is Starcraft and I'm back to cast another 2v2 for you. This will be game 2 of the 4th round of the 2-on-2 Tuesdays ESL European Tournament. And it is going to be Cubert, the red Terran, and his partner will be Aristeo, the blue Zerg, and their opponents again will be IAM, the purple Protoss, and his teammate Immature, the yellow Terran. Last game, Immature and IAM really got pinned in. That game was played on Tempest. This is Scorched Haven, but that game, Cubert and Aristeo just quickly established map control by Aristeo getting those early Mutalisks out, forcing IAM and Immature in the defensive position, forcing them to run their Stalkers and Marines all over the place. Meanwhile, securing their expansions around the map, and Cubert setting up the perimeter of siege tanks and Marines all the way around that little corner that they were stuck in. And a couple of times they tried to press out, and to no avail. Their armies got annihilated both times, and they finally GG'd. So will we see a different strategy this time from either team? I'm very interested to see, as Scorched Haven is usually considered a rush-friendly map, as the distance between the bases is not too far. You know, it's kind of far, but for a 2v2 map, I'd say it's a pretty average as far as rush-friendly. And so will we see it? A lot of times we've seen some tricky play on this map too, because players will try, as this probe is really being annoying right up here, as players will a lot of times try and throw down bunkers and static defense in the middle, and then the opponents will try and do sneaky stuff like proxy pylons up the side with Dark Templars and whatnot, and dropships and stuff. And Aristeo, this time we'll be seeing a very, very fast expansion for Aristeo, and his spawning pool going down right after that. So already putting the onus on IAM and Immature to do something about it, because Aristeo has said, I'm so confident I'm going to grab this very early expansion and there's nothing you're going to be able to do about it. As you see him doing this 2B thing, I'm wondering, I assumed initially when he said that the other game that meant 2 base, but then he went on to play on 1 base for like a really long time. So maybe it doesn't mean 2 base, maybe it does, and he just changed his mind the other time. But either way, I wonder if he's actually calling out like strategies, if they have planned like tech routes or something, and Aristeo 2B means like some kind of tech route. I don't know, but I am desperately trying to keep this probe alive, as Cubert is chasing him back and forth with the Marines. The hatchery now finished for Aristeo. The drone returning home after scouting. This bunker is already down for Cubert. As usual, he throws 2 Marines in the front bunker. Getting some shots on this SCV, is just barely going to get by, but the Zerglings will clean it up quickly. And so Aristeo and Cubert in good shape already, able to get this expansion up, and now forcing Immature and IAM to make something happen. 2 more gateways are going down from IAM, so are we going to see a 4-gate timing push here from Immature and from IAM? We will see. Actually, yes, here comes the 4th gateway. The warp gate tech is being chrono boosted out, so we are likely going to see a 4-gate push, and that is exactly what they need to do, either that or get their own expansions down and defend. But Aristeo is well aware of what they are doing, leaving this Zergling over here to watch and see if his opponents are going to expand or not. And if they don't go for those quick expansions, then they know that the big attack is coming soon. So the gateway is just now finishing for IAM. His warp gate is almost done, so will we see any kind of proxy pylon to reinforce this push that I'm assuming he is going to bring? As Cubert is throwing down a 2nd bunker, a 3rd bunker going down at the front, well aware of what is going on, and Aristeo doesn't have almost anything in the way of army to try and deal with an attack if there is a 4-gate press right now from IAM. And he's actually warped in 4 sentries way back over here. I'm wondering if he was trying to hide those from any kind of scouting Zergling, to not reveal his 4-gate until the last possible minute. Wisely, he's getting his sentries out first so they can build up some of that energy, have enough for some Guardian Shields and some Force Fields when they opt to make their attack, as now Zealots are being warped in to reinforce that force that, and it looks like one more sentry, actually 7 sentries out for IAM right now. So that is really what he needs, because 7 sentries at this early stage in the game, force field placement going to be so key. What he really needs is some more Stalkers and Zealots, because this is quite a few Zerglings. Aristeo has finally started to catch up in units. He's got that second expansion pretty well saturated. He is pumping out Zerglings, and he is actually getting that Spire already. So Aristeo has really got some incredible macro. If you've been watching some of his games as a Zerg player, I mean, he really gets the economy rolling, and then he is just able to tech up and pump units so fast. He's so good about keeping himself from being supply locked, and he's got some great micro. So that is enough raving about these players. Obviously, they're all very good players. And now Immature and IAM are going to try and make it happen, and Cubert's scanning just to be sure that this attack is coming. So can they defend this attack? This is how Aristeo and Cubert generally like to play, is lure their opponent into the defenses. Actually going to be emptying these bunkers, Cubert is, and pushing out, going to be trying to intercept them in the middle. Excuse me, Aristeo has a bunch of Zerglings excuse me, waiting to try and intercept those. And here we go, the Zerglings coming in from both sides, able to run right past the force fields and into the army of sentries. This siege tank, excuse me, is trying desperately to get sieged up in the back, and now it looks like the force fields, even though the Zerglings got in there, the force fields were good enough to keep the Marines and Marauders from Cubert out there. I had to take a drink of water because I was just coughing right there. I'm sorry about that. And here comes Immature, is sieging up the tanks. He's going to put on the pressure. The Zerglings coming in, but look at the force fields from IAM to protect the tanks. That was so nice right there. Keeping themselves in this game. They've got Aristeo and Cubert on the defensive now. The mutas are going to be coming out, and that's going to make a big difference. But there are 4 bunkers back here. Cubert loading up these bunkers. These siege tanks need to creep forward and start shelling away at these bunkers to soften up the defenses, and that is exactly what's going to happen right now. And really, that Immature and IAM need to continue to reinforce this, even bringing in a ton more sentries. IAM is, so he has the potential for a ton of force fields. And Hubert has actually brought off 3 SCVs to continuously repair this bunker, forcing Immature to bring another siege tank up here to shell away at these. So slowly but surely, Immature and IAM trying to take this out, and meanwhile Aristeo and Cubert massing up more and more troops in the back to try and make a counterattack. I'm wondering, are they going to wait until these tanks come out of siege mode and then try and hit them at the perfect time with all these Zerglings that Aristeo has? And he's kept these Mutalisks pretty well hidden. I'm not sure if his opponents even know about these, as these siege tanks are just continuing to shell at this bunker. Not something you see too often. 4 SCVs here continuously repairing a bunker, draining minerals and gas, while they continue to build units up. And more reinforcements are streaming in. More tanks are now coming in for Immature. Is he going to siege up this 3rd tank? He needs to continue the pressure, as Cubert has been forced to bring all these SCVs over here to repair these bunkers, and has been unable to expand. Neither player from the left team has expanded, but here we go. They're going to try and make it happen. Look at all the force fields going down, keeping all the Zerglings and Marines and Marauders in the back. The Mutalisks are in the front for Aristeo, but a lot of them are getting shot at by the sentries. Though so many Mutalisks on the field for Aristeo already, and the sentries have gotten taken out by these Mutalisks. Just practically took out this entire army. The siege tanks are going down. GG. Well played from IAM is giving the well played call, and GG goes down. So they tried to go all in and break that defense and were unable to do so, even though some great force field placement there from IAM. Aristeo with that incredible macro. He had so many mutas on the field at that point. Unbelievable how many units he is able to pump out when he puts his mind to it. So thank you guys for watching. This was game 2 of round 4 of the 2-on-2 Tuesdays ESL tournament. So the next 2 rounds will be the semifinals and the finals, and Aristeo and Cubert, the games will be with those players, and they are definitely a pleasure to watch because they are so good. So anyway, thanks for watching. This is IRE StarCraft, and peace out.